never missed an event
I
from
never will.
last year,
Never will.
2023. So can you imagine that? So that is exactly why she's one of our sponsors. She's one of our ambassadors as well. And I too am an ambassador for her as well. So with no further ado, we have our other two speakers
Yay, let's get to
already
it.
here and waiting. Thank you so much, Araya. So with that said, I am going to bring up our very next speaker who is here. In fact, two of them are here. And we have, as soon as he opens his camera, I'm going to bring him up. Nick Loriano, only the motivated, is here and ready to go. Hey, Nick. How are you? Okay, you're muted. Open your microphone. You're muted. Sorry.
Hear me all right?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Loud and clear. There you go. No worries, no worries. Loud and clear. So with that said, thank you for being here. Thank you for your yes. And every time that you show up, I get major feedback. I get great testimonials of how you did exactly what you do best and motivated people. So thank you for coming and thank you for just in part being who you are. And your story is very compelling and a powerful one that everybody can resonate with. Just climbing through and above all of the challenges and life, right? So I absolutely love that. So thank you again, Nick. And tell everybody who you are and what you do.
My name is Nick Loriano. I'm an award-winning speaker, mental health advocate, owner of Only the Motivated. My mission in life is to encourage, motivate, most importantly, inspire, show love. And we need more positivity in the world, Ramona. That's why.
Yes.
Get it going. I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. So that website is www.onlythemotivated.com.
You can use my personal one, www.nickloriano.com. That brings
nickloriano.com. Gotcha. So with that said, I'm going to get out of the way and let you do what you do best because our next speaker right after you is already here. So we have Justin Hughes, who's making his first appearance on the Royal Influencers Organization in the background listening, as well as they're blowing up the chat as well. So with that said, I'm going to get out of the way and let you do what you do best. Okay. I'll be right back.
Man, it is an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. Hope you guys are having an amazing Thursday. I want to start by asking you guys just one simple question. Have you ever wondered in life what your purpose was? Have you ever asked yourself if your identity was for no reason? Well, I'm going to tell you something. There were times in my life where I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what my identity was. I didn't know what I was meant to do. I didn't know what my reasoning for living was. And I sat here and questioned every day that I was on this earth. From the moment that I was younger, and I'm going to take you back on a journey, so walk with me real quick. In my younger days, I didn't know who I was meant to be. I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I had so many people doubting me, making fun of me, telling me that what I was doing was never going to happen. And I had big dreams and aspirations. My one goal I wanted to be was in the NBA. I love playing basketball. That was like my therapy for everything, my escape from reality. And in those moments, when I told people I wanted to be something spectacular with the one life I have, I sat here and I started to question who I was. I didn't want to get out of bed every day. People made me feel small. Every time I walked out of my house, I was like, who's going to accept me today? Who's going to love me today? Who's going to support me today? Who's going to see me for who I am instead of for who I'm not? And when I was going through all these trials and tribulations, figuring life out, going through trial and error, seeing what my life was meant to be for me, I was going through some deep, dark paths. I suffered severe depression, lost all sense of myself, gained a bit of weight, lost all motivation to work out, go to the gym, didn't have any reasoning for living, didn't even want to get out of bed, didn't even want to react or contact my friends. Every time they reached out to me, said, Nick, you good? What's going on? How you feeling? I didn't respond. And in those moments of adversity and in those moments of despair and digging my own hole, one thing came to my mind: resilience. Now I'm going to ask you guys today, as you hear what I'm about to tell you, the word resilience we hear so much. We sit here and think to ourselves, how do we get up every day and do what we love? How do we get up every day knowing that someone's counting us out and telling us that we cannot do it? Someone's telling us deep down inside, they don't even want to tell us to our face. They're saying, Nick or so-and-so, you're not capable, you're not worthy, you're not enough, you will never do it, you're going to always fall one step behind. And as I got older, as I went through a bunch of different situations where it tested my faith, it tested my strength, and it made me realize who I was deep down inside. I started to understand. I had an epiphany at one moment. And I kid you not, like I was telling you, I suffered severe depression on 3 different counts. I didn't want to be here. I say this vulnerably. It's part of my story. I had a knife to my throat. I was sitting here questioning my life. I said, God, I can't do it no more. Something is telling me I got to give up. I got to wave the white flag. How do I keep going despite all these things I've been through? My parents gave up on me. My friends were doubting me. I was getting bullied in school. How do I find the strength to keep going? And that's why I speak on mental health so much, because it's something I'm passionate about. But I'll tell you what, despite every single thing that you've endured in your lifetime, look at all the things that you've been through in your life. Your parents said something about you. Your friend says something about you. You said something about you. You went in the mirror, you didn't like what you seen, but now you're looking at yourself like, I am the victor and not the victim, because I've came so far in my life from what I used to be to who I am now. See, that's the problem with some people that don't understand how far you've come on your journey. They're so used to the old you and the old ways you used to think, the old ways you used to talk, and the old ways that you used to react and move and operate, but they don't want to get to know the new you, the new and improved you. They're so fixated on what you were before that they're not loving who you are now. And that's why my mental health for so long, and that's why I speak on this, because there was many times in my life where I questioned my existence. I questioned the steps I took, the words that I spoke, the thoughts that I think. I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing in this life. I said, God, why am I even here? What's my reasoning for living? But it was in those moments. It was in those moments of clouded judgment, anxiety, disappointment of myself, letting myself go and falling beneath my own 2 feet and crumbling at my knees and saying, God, I just need a blessing, when in reality, I was the blessing. I was the blessing that God created, just as you are the blessing that God created. You weren't put here to be limited. You were put here to be limitless. God did not put you here to stand firm on something you know you have, but you're second guessing every move and every word that you speak because you don't know if you're meant for it. Now, see, when you're going through all these adversities, when you're looking up in the sky at that hole that you dug yourself in, you're thinking to yourself, how did I get myself here? Does someone else put me here, or do I put myself here? How do I get out of it? What's to come next? Well, I'll tell you what. In my journey, in my life, I'm 29 years of age, and I'll tell you what. There's been many moments where I wanted to give up. Many moments where I didn't want to look at my phone. I didn't want to go on social media. I didn't want to go motivate somebody. Somebody hit me up and said, Nick, I need some advice. What can you tell me? But I couldn't even give myself that own advice. If you're that person that constantly gives to so many others and you're not giving to yourself, that's the biggest disservice. You got to make sure that you're good deep down inside. You got to make sure that you're fulfilled. You got to make sure that you're loved. You got to make sure that you're encouraging yourself. You got to make sure that you support every thought, every word, every action that you do every single day, because it's not for no reason. Like I said, you're not put here to be limited. God put you here to do something extraordinary with the one life that you have. You cannot doubt that. Now I know. People give up on you. People quit on you. People walk out of your life unexpectedly. And then at that point, you lose all sense of who you are. You don't know how to keep going. You don't have the strength. You can't even match your own words and actions because you're so clouded by everything that's going on around you. I'm going to help you with these 5 steps. These 5 steps are going to help you, but we're going to get that towards the end. I want you to know that what you're going through right now is okay. It's okay to go through that. Because there's moments in my life where I still look at myself like, damn, I came a long way. Damn, I went through all these things. You mean to tell me that I went through all these things and I still came out on top? If that's not a success story, I don't know what is. Because your test is somebody else's testimony. Your mess and all that you've stirred up in the pot is a message to speak to somebody else because somebody else needs it. You don't understand how much this world is a better place just by you being present. You might not even say none but 2 words. You might just walk in a room and listen all day. And you think, I need to be the most outspoken. I need to have the one that has the most thoughts. I need to be reacting to everything. No, you don't. Who told you that? Who told you that? And for a better part of my life, I always thought like that. I didn't love myself enough. I wanted to be validated and approved by everybody I came across, when in reality, I wasn't loving and validating and approving of myself, most importantly. Because at the end of the day, you matter too. The love that you have for yourself, that matters. The energy that you bring every day for others, you deserve that same energy to yourself. The support you give others, you deserve that same support to yourself. That same love and looking out for others that you do for other people, you got to love and look out for yourself in the same very breath. I don't care what's happening to you or what happened to you, you don't dare even think about giving up because you wouldn't have come this far just to come this far. You have a legacy to leave. You have something that somebody needs to hear, but you're second guessing your ability because other people pushed you down and put you in a box your whole entire life. You were not meant to be confined in a box. You were meant to shine and thrive and flourish and operate in your frequency and energy as you're supposed to because that's what you're here to do. But other people made you feel small because of that. And I get it. We want to be seen by everybody. We want to be heard by everybody. We want everybody to see what we're doing. But in reality, that's people pleasing. You're just doing it for other people. You're living for other people and you're not living for yourself. You have to live for you. You have to wake up every day and look in the mirror and say, despite what people may think of me, may talk about me about, whatever it is, I got to love me most importantly. Because it doesn't make sense if I'm living this so-called lifestyle and I'm pleasing everybody else around me and I'm not good in my heart and soul. And for a better part of my life, I did that for so long. I tried to prove myself to everybody that I was great, that I had all these expectations, that I could do great things, that I was destined for greatness, that I had all this ambition in my heart and soul. But I kept saying to myself, why am I living for other people more so less than myself? Why am I living for what they think of me and not what I think of me? Because it matters what I think, not what they think. It's good to have good people in your corner. It's good to have people that look out for you. It's good to have people that always check on you, make sure you're good. But when's the last time you checked on yourself? When's the last time you said, hey, you, how you doing? How you feeling today? How's your love and support for self? How's your energy today? How are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? What's something you could do to smile today? What are you proud of yourself for? I guarantee you a lot of you haven't done that. And that's why I said, what is your identity? What is your blueprint? What is your reasoning for living? And a lot of times I couldn't even answer that call to action. I could not answer that call to action. I sat here and looked at my whiteboard. I kid you not. True story. The whiteboard behind me, I would always write down things I need to accomplish. But it's one thing to talk about doing something. It's another thing to actually do it. And for a long time, I was always talking about it. I was never putting in action. I was always sitting here, waking up every day, second guessing my worth, having dark thoughts, letting it cloud my better judgment. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't move straight. I couldn't operate the way that I wanted to because I was so fixated on what people have done to me instead of me moving forward and saying, you know what, despite what those people have done and said about me, I can still move forward and shine in my light. I can still be great and not dim my light just because they dim theirs. And that's the problem a lot of people have. They'll make you stop shining your light because they stop shining theirs, and they'll make you feel small because they want to play small, but you can't shrink yourself to fit in environments where you know you do not fit in. You can't shrink yourself to fit in with people and environments knowing you do not fit in. And for a long time, I was a square trying to fit in a circle, trying to fit in a triangle, trying to fit in a rectangle. I was trying to fit in places where I know I didn't belong. And that was the problem for so long because I cared so much about what so-and-so down the street thought about me, what so-and-so had to say about me, what so-and-so thought I could be and what I couldn't be, more so what I knew I could and couldn't be. Because I have a living, breathing desire deep down in my heart and spirit, knowing that I could be whatever I put my mind to. And that's why I'm telling you this today, because I asked you in the beginning of this segment, what is your identity? What is your purpose for living? Why are you here on planet Earth? Is it to achieve a lot of accolades and say, when I die, I made a lot of money, I had a great career, I did all these great things? Or was your reasoning for living to impact other people, inspire other people, put a smile on other people's faces while doing those same very things for yourself? That's something you have to ask yourself every single day you wake up. What is your reasoning for being alive? Why are you here today? How can you make your life better? Because you can make your life better. You are not walking astray. You are not walking into an unwanted abyss. You are here for an exact reason, whether you believe it or not. And to anybody, I tell you this, if you're going through something dark, if a thought in your mind is telling you that you have to give up, you have to wave the white flag, you have to go hide in your bunker and stay there for a long period of time because the world doesn't need you, I kid you not, the world does need you. The world needs every bit of you. The world needs all of you. The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the things you don't want to show. The world needs every single piece of what you have to offer. Because a part of my life, I kid you not, there were times in my life where I said, Nick, I don't got a gift. Why do people want to listen to me speak? Why do people want to listen to me speak and listen to me show up to be who I am? And I second guessed myself. I said, who wants to listen to Nick? But I said, Nick, you got a gift, man. I went in the mirror one day, and I kid you not, true story. I went in the mirror and I said to myself, Nick, you have a gift that others wish they had. And I say that humbly. And it was through my experience and through all my chaos and all my tests and all the things that the teacher threw at me, which the teacher of life threw on my desk and said, Nick, you better ace these tests because you will never pass the course if you can't first pass the test. And that's what life is all about. Going through every quiz, every test, every multiple choice, every paragraph you have to write. You have to win the test of life before you can pass the course of self. You have to win the test of life before you can pass the course of self. Once you go through things that are so traumatic, so painful, that make you so oblivious to things around you and what you think of yourself, you'll understand that what you're going through and what you've been through was not for no reason. It was part of your blueprint. You were put here to do exceptional wonders with the life that you have, and you can't go against that. Don't go against the grain. Never in your life, whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, whether you lost your job, you got $0 in your bank account, your friends up and left your life with no explanation as to why, you're sitting here saying you can't do it, you're not good enough, you're not worthy, no one wants to listen to your voice, you can't go make a social media profile, you can't make content because you're afraid to put your face on camera. I say do it. Do it. And do it proudly. Do it to the best of your ability, despite if you make a few mistakes. Make a few mistakes. That's part of your growth. Your longevity will determine what you do in the growth stage. We always talk about longevity. We always talk about making it to the very end when the joy is in doing the activity, is in doing the healing, as in doing the self-work, as enjoying the growth process instead of rushing to our destination. Now, there were times in my life where I wanted to quit. I kid you not, I was on my last dying breath. I said, Nick, how do we find the strength to keep going despite all this crap we've been through? And that's back to my point. I tried to prove myself to others for so long when I wasn't approving of myself. I had to see the gift that I had in myself because a lot of times people will make you feel small for your gift. They'll make you feel small for having an exceptional gift because they could never do it. They'll talk you out of their dreams. They'll talk you out of your dreams because they talk themselves out of theirs. And I have multiple people doing that to me. Multiple instances in my life, I had people tell me I couldn't be a speaker. I would never speak on the stage. I would never be in a 500,000, 5,000 people. I would never do it. You know why? Because I said no one wants to listen to me speak. So I'm going to leave you with this. If you have a gift, if you have something that the world needs, I need you to use it and hone in on it. Tap into it. Go deeper than surface level and believe that you're destined for great things. It can happen, but you got to believe it can happen. It's not for no reason. You think God put you here to waste space, to waste breath, to do things that you thought you could never do? That's just nonsense to me. That's nonsense to me. You got to believe you can do it. I didn't believe I could do it for so long, but here I am on this Royal Influencers Organization Summit speaking to you all today. And if I couldn't do it, I wouldn't even be on here. I wouldn't even be on here. I say all of this vulnerably and truthfully because that's my blueprint. That's my blueprint. Now I'm going to leave you with 5 steps that's going to help you tap into yourself, go deep in the surface level, and it's going to help you realize that you have an identity on this earth, that you're not walking into an unwanted, uncharted abyss. Step number 1 is love yourself. Because before other people can love you, you got to love yourself. You got to love all the hidden parts you're not willing to show, all the parts you're not willing to talk about. You got to love yourself most importantly. Number two, instill some boundaries. If people don't have boundaries, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have boundaries, because you absolutely should. Because takers don't have limits. They'll keep taking from you. They'll keep walking all over you. They'll keep disrespecting you if you allow them to. You have to know when to walk away and put the fine line in the sand and say, you can't cross this. Not no more. You had your chance. Instill those boundaries. Number three, know your message. What do I mean by your message? Because we all have a message on earth. I'm speaking my message to you today. Now, what's your message? What is your message that you are going to do to not only change your life, but change somebody else's life, and then go change the world with that message? Number four, know when to walk away. Walk away from people that don't serve you. Walk away from energy and frequencies that don't align with your soul and spirit. Walk away from things that don't pour back into you and help you become a better version of yourself. Because if you're not helping yourself become better, other people aren't going to help you become better. And that's just a true fact of life. Number five, shine your damn light. Shine your light, shine it proudly, and don't ever, if the batteries run out, stop shining it, because somebody needs your light. Somebody needs what you have to offer. Somebody needs to hear you. Somebody needs to see you. Somebody needs to see what you have going on. And somebody cares about your existence. You matter. You have a presence on earth. You were put here to be limitless. I know my blueprint. I know what I'm meant to do now. And that's my testimony. Because my test is my testimony. My mess is my message. Now, what's your blueprint? What's your blueprint? What is your reasoning for living? How are you going to wake up every day and be your best self and have no apologies necessary? Not apologizing for doing what's best for you. How are you going to move forward and say, I can do this. I can do this. I'm capable of this. I was always capable of this. You were always capable of this. You just had a few bumps in the road. You just had a few people tell you that you couldn't do it. So did I. But here I am today. Because if I cared so much what people thought about me, I wouldn't be speaking about it today. I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't have created Only the Motivated, because only the motivated can thrive, so then they can only survive. Only the motivated can thrive, so then they can only survive. In order to survive the test of life, you got to go through its challenges. You got to go through its steps, because the joy is in the journey. The joy is in doing the activity. The joy is in the healing. The joy is in finding yourself. The joy is loving all parts of yourself that you hid away and locked in a box for so long, but you got to get out the box. You got to get out the cage, my friend. Find the key, turn that lock, and unleash the potential that resides inside of you. Trust and believe, it's there. It's always been there. It's always been there. Be proud of who you are and love it every second.
Oh! You are on fire, and oh my goodness, we have Dylan Taylor putting fire in the chat. We have everyone in the chat. That was Becca, I believe. Becca Boston said, let's go talk the talk, Nick. So they were on fire right along with you, and Only the Motivated Nick Loriano. Go to www.nickloriano.com and look at the hot gear. Let's talk about that. Somebody else mentioned that they love your hat. I believe it was in the very beginning when you first started speaking. And do you have the shirt all on right now as well?
I do. You already know, Ramona.
Oh my goodness. You don't leave home without it, right? Just like American Express. Just like an American Express, you don't leave home without the Only the Motivated gear. So they can get your gear at the www.nickloriano.com, which I'm going to put up again because it was there. But I was just having to show you all of the fire that they were giving you the entire time. Know your message and know when to walk away. I have a whole page of notes. And let's see here. This is great. Kimberly Morrison said, this is great. And shine your light and don't ever stop shining your light. And Justin Hughes, the next speaker coming up, also said the smallest flame still shows in the darkness. There you go. There you have it. So thank you so much, Nick Loriano, for your yes. Thank you for your time as well. Time is that precious commodity that we can never get more of. So I don't take your time for granted. I want to thank you immensely for showing up over and over and over again. And that's what it's all about, right? Never ever dimming your light and always showing up to shine your light, because you never know who might be in this particular arena, in this event, that needs to hear from you. There's people that I may not be able to touch or serve or inspire or motivate that you can, and vice versa. So that is exactly what cross-pollinating audiences is all about. It's showing up on other platforms, and that is exactly what the Business Incubator is all about. And that is exactly what we wanted to create, an incubator of motivation, inspiration, all sorts of knowledge, value, experience, and skills that all of us bring. Everybody has value that we bring to every single room that we walk into. And that is exactly what I want to curate, is that incubator for every single one of you to shine your light. So thank you for shining your light today. So every time that you show up, you come in and you drop the mic. And I am so grateful to be connected. I am so grateful that I got to meet you and know who you are and what you stand for and what you stand against on all of those hours and hours and hours on end that we spent in those rooms on Clubhouse throughout the entire pandemic. I've watched you grow.
Don't know what we've been through. They don't know.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. I have watched you grow. I've watched you flourish. And I see that you're not just surviving, you're thriving and taking off. And it is a pleasure to watch. So thank you.
Thriving too. Listen, that's why I keep coming to your summits, because your summits are inspirational. That's why you're being of service, and that's why I show love to you. Because
thank you.
Listen, I got to give credit where it's due. You're an amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you, and thank you again. Nick Loriano, everybody, from Only the Motivated. So I'm going to definitely put that link right back up, and everybody go to that link, join his community as well. Get just some Only Motivated gear, Only the Motivated gear. You see the hot hat he has on, and you also see the shirt. Go and get yourself some Only the Motivated gear as well, and you will not be disappointed. That's for sure. So thank you, and thank you again. Nick Loriano in the house, everybody. So thank you so much again, Nick Loriano. And we are going to go right back on to our very next speaker. So with that said, this speaker I just recently met in a Clubhouse room, as a matter of fact. And I already told you guys how grateful I am for Clubhouse, because if it wasn't for Clubhouse, I would not have met every single one of the speakers that have spoken, which is over 100 speakers over the course of about a year and a half now, since I launched the Royal Influencers Organization back in 2023. So this gentleman who will be coming to us today is Justin Hughes. And Justin Hughes is the visionary founder of Firebringer AI, a company dedicated to harnessing the power of AI to drive meaningful innovation and transformation. With a deep passion for technology and its potential to amplify human potential, Justin has led Firebringer AI to the forefront of AI-driven solutions. His entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to ethical AI have attracted the interest of investors and industry leaders alike, making him a key player in the tech ecosystem. So with that said, with no further ado, we welcome and bring to you Justin Hughes to the stage, everybody. Hello, Justin Hughes. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Absolutely. An absolute pleasure to have you here. And thank you for showing up even early as well. We always appreciate that. And I know that you were here and dropping value in the chat and commenting on Nick Loriano. What did you think?
I think he and I showed up to the party wearing the same speech, because resilience is the premise. I'm sensing a theme here.
I can tell. Absolutely. It's a thread that just woven throughout everybody's speeches. So absolutely, that is what we are all about. And we are redefining what success looks like and sounds like. And we're giving the world exactly what it needs at a very highly charged time right now. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule with your little 2-year-old that I got to meet Absolutely adorable. 3-year-old. There you go. That I got to meet. Absolutely adorable. So, with that said, I'm going to get out of the way and let you do what you came to do and share value on the topic of AI, innovation, and technology. For everybody here, get your pens and paper out, everybody, and make sure that you are ready to receive all of the value that Justin Hughes is getting ready to share, because I heard some of it and I know for a fact that is exactly why he is hand selected to be here today. Because if you're in business, if you're an entrepreneur, you need to stay on the cutting edge of innovation and technology and implement it, not just implement it, but also partner, because that's exactly what AI, artificial intelligence, is. You need to make it a partner in your business so that you can continue to grow and scale. So, with that said, back over to you, Justin Hughes, and I will go down and come back up in just a little bit.
All right. So I am going to talk about resilience and how it applies to utilizing AI. Just a quick backstory. The four lowest points in the human experience are suicide attempts, imprisonment, homelessness, and war. And I hit 3 out of 4. But my mettle is tempered by the fires of every hell I have walked through. So today I stand, or rather sit before you, not as someone who merely survived these trials, but as someone who's learned to thrive despite them. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something that you forge through relentless adversity. It's not about avoiding the flames, but emerging from them stronger, more determined, and with a more clear purpose than before. So today, I just want to share with you the lessons I learned from these experiences, the mindset shifts that help me not just endure, but transform every setback into a stepping stone. In September of 2015, my life pretty much crumbled within the span of just 30 days. I lost my grandfather, who was my father figure, my pseudo girlfriend, my job, and my home. And the weight of these losses pressed down on me, suffocating any remnants of hope. I gave up. I legit, full stop, gave up. And in that dark hour, I lined up 3 neat little piles of antihistamine. My intention was clear and my resolve was pretty firm. I got 2.5 piles in before the high school senior in the next room, sensing what I was doing, called the cops. And they showed up just in time. In the depths of despair, when pain of living seems unbearable and the temptation to end it all can feel like it's the only escape. I have been there, standing on the precipice, convinced that the darkness will never lift. But I can tell you there is light even in the darkest corners. And in the moment that I chose life, I made the first step towards resilience. It wasn't a sudden epiphany, it wasn't a miraculous change, but it was a slow, deliberate crawl toward hope. I woke up in the hospital. I was disoriented. I had no idea how long I'd been there. I really didn't care. All I knew is I was still alive. And that's kind of, you failed at failing. So it's a mixture of relief and despair. Life didn't get easier after that. It actually got harder. No one would take me in. I felt like a burden to everyone around me. Eventually, I did have a family member offer me a place to stay. It wasn't exactly a refuge. This family member had a meth problem, preference for abusive men as boyfriends. So there I am living with 2 tweakers in a toxic relationship, a senile old lady, and 15 cats with just 3 litter boxes. It was a little chaotic, to say the least. But amidst the madness, I did find work. I found something I could do for money. It wasn't much. It certainly didn't pay enough for things like car insurance, which is mandated. I was scraping by, trying to rebuild after a traffic stop turned into something quite a bit bigger. No insurance led to a suspended license led to jail, jail led to bond, and then before I knew it, I was facing felony bond jumping charges and was in county jail for 2 straight months. I learned that hope isn't something that comes naturally. It's a muscle. It's weak at first, but it strengthens with every little bitty victory. So each day you choose to stay and to work towards your goals, you reinforce your resilience. Find one thing, no matter how small, that's worth holding on to. For me, it was literally just the belief that life, no matter how bleak, had more to offer. And if at nothing else, I could achieve some success and kind of show everybody that they were wrong. I was released from the hospital after my suicide attempt. I was at rock bottom. I lost almost everything that mattered to me. Lots of relationships fell off. I didn't see a way forward, but I clung to the idea that maybe, just maybe, there was something worth living for. And the world didn't suddenly become bright and full of opportunities. It was a struggle every day. just to keep going and to find meaning in the small things. But that's the thing about resilience. It's not about waiting for life to get better. It's about making the conscious decision to keep going, even when life is at its worst. It's about finding that tiny flicker of hope and fanning into a flame, no matter how faint. Over time, that flame grew stronger. I found work. I started rebuilding my life. I began to see maybe I could find a way out of the darkness. But then, jail. So when you're behind bars, whether literal or metaphorical, it feels like the world's forgotten you. Imprisonment strips away your freedom, your identity, and your dignity. I found myself trapped, not physically, but mentally, consumed by guilt, shame, regret. It was in that isolation I discovered the power of my mind. Imprisonment taught me that freedom is much more a state of mind than it is a physical condition. So when you can't change what your circumstances are, you can change your perspective. I've learned to focus on what I could control, my thoughts, my responses, my will to survive. I chose to educate myself and reflect deeply, prepare for a life beyond the walls because I knew I'd get out. Resilience is born when you reclaim your power, no matter how small that power might seem. Being locked up in county jail was a bit of a wake up call. It was a stark reminder that life can change in an instant, that my choices can have far reaching consequences, even if they're minor choices. It was also an opportunity for a chance to reflect on my own life and my own choices and what I wanted moving forward. I spent my time in jail meditating every day and exercising. I improved myself not just in mental and physical fitness, but in skills, in understanding my emotions, emotional regulation, learning how to cope with the challenges I was facing. And I used that time to prepare for when I would be released. See, that's the thing about resilience. It's not just surviving, it's about preparing yourself to thrive when the opportunity finally arises. It's about using your time, no matter how difficult, to better yourself, to find ways to turn your pain into strength. And when I was finally released, I was ready. I was ready to face the world, take control of my life, and start building something new. Homelessness was the next step. Released from jail into the homeless shelters. It strips you of your bare essence. It's not just the absence of a roof over your head, it's the absence of security, belongings, purpose. It's easy to lose yourself in the struggle for survival, feel like you've been cast aside by society because you have. But being homeless taught me the value of community and of finding strength in connection, even when everything else is lost. I was released from jail. I had nowhere to go. I was homeless with nothing but the clothes on my back, which wasn't enough to keep me warm. I almost froze to death the first night in a porta potty in a public park. My little brother drove me to the closest homeless shelter in a Mercedes Benz, a bit of a stark contrast to the reality I was living. But even in that moment, I knew I had a choice. I could let my circumstances define me, or I could use them as a fuel to propel myself forward. Living in a shelter is one of the most humbling experiences you can have. It wasn't just about finding a place to sleep, but survival, about finding a way to hold my dignity in a world that seemed pretty damned intent on stripping it away. But it was also in that shelter that I found something I didn't expect, that sense of community, that sense of belonging. The people I met there, the ones who were struggling just like me, became a source of strength. We shared our stories, we shared our pain, and we shared our hopes. We lifted each other up, even when all we had to give was our very presence. And that's the thing about resilience. It's not just about standing tall on your own, it's about finding strength in others and realizing that we're all in this together. And through that community, I found my purpose again. I realized that I wasn't alone, that there were others who understood my struggles, and that together we could find a way out. And that sense of connection, of shared humanity, became a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. And while I may have not faced war in the traditional sense, every day was a battle. It was a war within myself and a war against circumstances, a war to reclaim my own life. Each of us faces our wars, be it illness, loss, or trauma. But these battles test our resilience to the limit, and that's what builds it. The question isn't whether you'll face wars, but how you'll emerge from them. In every battle, there does come a point where you feel like you got nothing left to give. But resilience is literally about finding that last reserve of strength, the final push when everything's lost. It's about understanding that the war isn't won in one decisive battle, but frequent, small, just impossibly relentless actions. It's about showing up every day and fighting even when victory doesn't seem like it's possible. It's about knowing that each scar and each wound is a testament to your survival and a reminder that you're stronger than whatever tried to break you. For me, every day was a battle, whether it's battling the urge to give up and my mental illness, fighting to keep a roof over my head in poverty, or struggling to find a place in a world that really didn't want me. There were days when I felt like I had nothing left, when the weight of my circumstances just felt crushing. But in those moments, I learned something crucial, that resilience isn't about never falling, it's about getting back up every single time. Each setback and each challenge became an opportunity to test my resolve, to prove to myself that I could keep going. It wasn't about making huge leaps forward. It was about taking one small step at a time and finding the strength to keep moving, even when the path ahead wasn't clear. That's the thing about resilience. It's not flashy or grand, it's quiet, persistent, and unwavering. When I was released from the shelter, finally able to secure my first home just 4 months into staying in the shelter, it wasn't just a victory over my circumstances. It was a testament to the power of resilience and proof that no matter how dark the night, dawn would eventually break. It was a reminder that even on the face of overwhelming odds, we have the power to shape our destiny one small action at a time. Resilience isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a journey marked by pain, by setbacks, and by constant struggle to rise above, but it's also a journey of growth, of discovering the strength you never knew you had and transforming your pain into purpose. The trials I've faced, the suicide attempt, imprisonment, homelessness, they're not just challenges to be overcome, they're crucibles that forged my character. They stripped away the superficial layers of my life and forced me to confront my deepest fears, my weaknesses, and my strengths. And in doing so, they revealed the core of who I am, and they gave me a purpose that transcends my individual struggles. I realized that my story wasn't just my own, it was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. And it was a story that could inspire others, that could show them no matter how dire their circumstances, they too could rise above those circumstances. So it kind of became my mission to share that story, to be a beacon of hope for those still in the darkness, and to use my experiences to make a difference in the lives of others. That's the true power of resilience. It's not just about surviving, it's about using your survival to create something meaningful, a purpose from your pain, your struggles into strength, and your setbacks into stepping stones towards a better future. It's about understanding that the battles we face are not just personal, they're universal. We're sharing our stories. We can help find the strength to fight our own struggles as well as help others find the strength to fight theirs. Today, as I stand before you or sit, not the same person I was in 2015. Trials I faced didn't break me, they made me stronger, more determined, more compassionate. They taught me the true meaning of resilience, and they gave me a purpose that drives me every day. But the journey of resilience isn't over. It's a lifelong process, a continuous cycle of growth and transformation. Uh, every new challenge is an opportunity to test our own resolve, refine our character, and reaffirm our commitment to our purpose. It's a journey that requires constant vigilance, constant effort, and constant faith in ourselves and in the process. And as I continue this journey, I do so knowing that I'm not alone. I'm surrounded by people like Nick who have faced their own battles, walked through their own fires, and made their way out stronger on the other side. Together, we form a community of resilience, a community that understands the power of perseverance, the importance of hope, and the value of shared struggle. And to those who are still in the midst of the battle, who might feel like the weight of the world is just too much to bear, I have to tell you, you are stronger than you know. You have within you the power to overcome, to rise above, and to create the life of purpose and meaning that you want. It's going to be hard, but every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to that victory. Resilience isn't a gift, it's a skill that's honed through hardship. It's the ability to endure and adapt and to transform. It's the inner strength that allows us to face our darkest moments and emerge not just intact, but stronger and more determined than before. In my own journey, I've learned that resilience isn't about avoiding pain, it's about embracing it and learning from it and using it as a fuel for growth. It's about finding hope in the midst of despair, strength in the face of weakness, and purpose in the midst of chaos. And it's about standing tall in the face of the adversity and refusing to let it define you. As you go through your own journey, remember that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the person that you want to be. Embrace your struggles, find strength in your scars, and know you're capable of incredible things. Your resilience is your greatest asset, and with it, you can overcome any obstacle, rise above any challenge, and create a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. So, now that we've explored the depths of resilience through personal trials, let's real quick discuss how this hard earned resilience applies to the world of building a business, a world where setbacks can be just as brutal and persistence is just as vital. When I embarked in my journey into starting a tech company, I started with little more than an idea, a vision of what could be. No coding skills, no investors, and absolutely no money. But that vision was enough to ignite a fire within me, one that pushed me to persist despite every obstacle in my path. I had an idea, but no funds to bring it to life. Instead of letting that stop me, I persisted. I found an equity partner who could write in Python. It wasn't a stroke of luck, it was the result of relentless networking, countless rejections, and an unwavering belief in my own vision. This partnership was the first of many victories born out of that resilience built by my previous life. As we began to write code, life threw me another curveball. Routine security update combined with a very ancient email account. Boom, you're locked out of your computer for 30 days. A month lost in a project where every second literally counted. I already had competitors coming to the field. Yet again, I persisted. I found a loaner laptop and kept moving forward. This is where resilience showed what it's worth. It's not in avoiding the obstacles, but in finding ways to overcome them, no matter how frustrating or seemingly insurmountable. Then came the offshore development team. We thought we were on the right track. We brought in some professionals to handle the heavy lifting. They agreed to deliver on X, Y, and Z, but after 3 deadline extensions and $750 spent, what we got back was basically a digital paperweight. It was useless code. So we could have, said, you know what, let's walk away. Odds are too great. The setbacks are too numerous. We didn't. We persisted. We sought out a great developer, found someone who could take the mess that we had and turn it into something functional. And he did. He delivered a mostly working app. But the biggest challenge was still latency. It still remained. Our app, meant to operate in real time, started out lagging at 27 seconds. We got it down to 5 seconds, but that's still 2 seconds too long for what we needed it to do. So we persisted. We didn't let that frustration of near success stop us. We updated our tools, we refined our approach, and finally we got the latency down to sub 1 second, exactly where it needed to be. It wasn't just a technical victory, it was a testament to the power of resilience in the face of continuous setbacks. Throughout the entire process, our budget was so tight that we faced constant disruptions. There were times when our subscriptions would be shut off for a few days at the start of a billing cycle, leaving us unable to access the tools we needed to keep going. We did whatever it took to keep the momentum going. We begged for an extension, we borrowed. This is the secret to success, though, not just in software development, but in life. It's not about having endless resources or perfect circumstances. It's about having the resilience to keep going no matter how many times you're knocked down, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. Like, 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. It's that relentless, unyielding determination that separates those who succeed from those who don't. To those of you, again, in the midst of your own battles, whether it's development, business, or anything else, don't give up. Don't let the darkness convince you that you're not worthy of the light. You are more resilient than you know, and every challenge you face is an opportunity to prove that to yourself. Remember that the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. Each of us has a capacity to become that steel, to be tempered by our experiences, and to emerge not just unbroken, but unbreakable. And when you persist, when you keep going in the face of all odds, you do create something extraordinary, not just a product, but a testament to your resilience. In our case, that outcome of resilience and persistence was an AI cold caller that stands out from the competition by being easy to use and fully dynamic. It's a tool that wouldn't exist if we hadn't fought through every single setback, every failure, every moment of doubt. And that's the power of resilience, turning what seems impossible into reality. After enduring all these professional and personal trials, the resilience we developed became the cornerstone of our success. This resilience is what drives our business to this day, enabling us to create other innovative AI solutions that not only solve problems, but also empower others to overcome their own obstacles. At the heart of our offerings are two cutting-edge products that epitomize efficiency and simplicity: AI-powered cold calls and automated content marketing. These tools are designed with one goal in mind: to make life easier by automating complex tasks that traditionally require significant time and effort. Our AI cold caller is a game changer. It dynamically engages with leads, ensuring that each call is tailored to the individual prospect. So you can scale your outreach without losing that personal touch. Our AI does just that. It's not just about making calls, it's about making connections that matter, driving conversations that drive conversions, and ultimately growing your business. On the other hand, our content marketing solutions equally transformative, automates the entire content creation process from ideation to distribution. It eliminates all the time consuming hurdles that typically bog down marketing teams. With just one simple approval step required for you, your content strategy is both streamlined and scalable so you can focus on what really matters: your business. These products are tools, but they're more than just tools. They're a testament to what resilience can achieve. They are the result of overcoming countless setbacks, and they are here to help you do the same. So we would love to help you with your challenges and stepping stones towards success. Turn those challenges into stepping stones towards success. And just keep in mind that your metal is also tempered by the fires of every hell you have walked through. Thank you. Ramona, did I go too fast? About 3 minutes.
Actually, you are perfectly on time. Thank you so much. What a powerful journey and story, Justin. Wow, wow, wow. We have a little treat for you guys, and I want you to stick around, Justin, as well. So, Justin, tell everyone more about the actual tool that you have created that they can actually, and how they can actually get in to use the tool and how you have it structured for them.
So we set it up as a pay as you go. It's post billed every week, so you get to use it first before you have to put money out. It's 50 cents a dial. There's no commitment, no contracts. It is super easy to use. It's my competitors like to do like flow charts and conversational pathways.
Okay.
Ours actually is just dynamic. You upload a CSV that's structured right, which we show you in the onboarding,
Okay.
and then you click start, and that's it. And it does the calls for you. And at the end of the day, it sends me a report. I filter through it and send you the report, and then you can upload that information into your CRM. And it's really, really easy and consistent. We're actually adding a timer system
Okay.
that should be done this week, where you can just set it to start at 9 a.m., end at 5 p.m., leave that
Wow.
tab open, and it'll do it all by itself for you through
And
until
throughout,
that list is done.
awesome. So once they set it up through the onboarding, of course, with support and help, they tell them or explain to them in layman's terms exactly what they can expect to see on the back end of utilizing and putting into their business this particular system.
So on the back end, what you're going to see is the report come through on a daily basis that says, this is the number that we called, the person we talked to, and this is the result of that call. And here's a transcript of that call.
Wow.
On the front end, you literally, all you see is the dashboard. You go in and you upload your CSV,
Okay.
and you click start, and you leave that tab open, and you can watch the calls going on, and you can
Wow.
listen to them. You can monitor them. But
Wow.
what the AI is doing is we've connected a listen, think, response system. So it listens, it thinks about what it was just told with the context of what it's trying to sell, and then it responds to what the person said, not what is pre-scripted. So it is a dynamic conversation, which is the best way to do it in my 22 years as a professional telemarketer. So,
Awesome.
and then our second tool that we just created over the weekend, automated content marketing. It takes an RSS feed on your topic, puts it into a spreadsheet as post specifically geared for
Okay.
Facebook, LinkedIn, your blog, Insta, Twitter,
Wow.
what have you. And then all you do is go through that spreadsheet and say, yes, I like this one for LinkedIn. Yes, I like this one for Facebook. This one I'm going to edit real quick, or this one for X, I'm going to have it retry. You type retry,
Wow.
it'll put out a new result for you.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing. So you have created a system. that has AI technology built in that's going to help them now kind of do the heavy lifting of following up with customers, having conversations with customers, and create content for all of their platforms.
So essentially, yes, we've basically created something that will do your organic content and your prospecting. So 80% of the heavy
Wow.
lifting for bringing on and getting new customers is done by AI and automation.
Wow. Done by AI on automation, everybody. I want to make sure nobody misses that because that solves, I would say, over 50% of issues that most entrepreneurs and business owners have. And this is on a pay as you go scale.
No
And
contracts, no commitments. I don't
no
want.
commitment, no contracts, guys. I heard this and went, whoa, bells went off. And I said, okay, Justin, I know for a fact that there are entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders out here that are struggling with this issue of prospecting. That's why people are showing up every day. That's why we are posting every day. That is why we are doing content every day. David Evans is here and he knows that he can definitely use more customers with Pick TV Network and use AI to go out and get the customers, have the conversations, and you get to train it to answer the most frequently asked questions or the rebuttals, the most frequently used rebuttals that you have been getting as well.
If you already have documentation on that, it's not even a matter of training. It's just give it that text. That's, I mean, it's straightforward and simple. I don't want, like, most of the solopreneurs and entrepreneurs are neither sales nor tech. They have some other specialty. Well, okay, we'll combine the sales and tech so that it's easy to use and works.
Awesome. And you're getting some feedback right now from the people on LinkedIn. There was a LinkedIn user that said Nick Loriano is an incredible, Nick Loriano was still here. He popped out now, but Nick Loriano is an incredible human. And then Justin, here's yours. Amazing, Justin. Thank you for sharing your story. Very inspiring. There you go, from a LinkedIn user. So there you guys have it. You never know who you're inspiring when you show up in your true authentic self and share your story and your journey. You cannot not inspire someone. So I definitely wanted to thank you for that. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving us of your time as well. I see David Evans is over in the chat. David Evans, we could use you over here. We had Richard Payton that said loved Justin. There you go. Right there, I just put the message on the screen as well. So there is some real-time feedback for you right there. And anybody, how can they get a hold of you as well, Justin, and register and enroll with this software that you have created for them?
So the software, the registration to get all the access to whatever we come up with is at firebringerai.com.
Firebringerai.com. And Abida One just said, loving it. There you go. Abida One has an e-commerce store that's doing very, very well. And he now is like, whoa, wait a second. I can go out and get more customers and I don't have to have all of the conversations. AI in an automated way can do all of this work for me. Yes.
Our next tool is inbound for customer service too. So that's marketing, sales, and customer service that will be handled by automation pretty quickly. So all the solopreneurs, there's your business in a box.
Wow. Absolutely phenomenal. I would definitely contact with Dylan. Absolutely. So there you go. Firebringerai.com, right?
Yep. That's the right one. Matt, that's actually my CTO, Matt Jackson. He's a hell of a computer guy and an eye for tech talent, man. Like a crazy, this dude spots the tech talent like a hawk.
Tech talent. So he has, that's his superpower, right? Is spotting tech talent. So I'm putting this up for you guys right now because I knew that there will be, there you go, firebringerai.com, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is where you guys go. That's the website. Go to that website, firebringerai.com. Pay as you go, guys. No contracts. Are you kidding me? Who cannot use an automated system to go out and get your customers, your prospects? Go out and communicate to your prospects for you. So David Evans of Pick TV Network can go out for sure and use this AI technology that's going to go out and get more prospects to bring into his business. And tell us again what you just shared about the customer service aspect of it.
That is the next thing we're going to be working on, is an inbound model, so that calls or chatbot can be given your SOPs and such, and
Okay.
then it will be able to handle the customer service calls in a way that is just as good as it will, again, be dynamic conversation, so it's responding to what it's told, and it has a knowledge base of what your services are. One of the guys who's kind of showing me how to do this built one for an HVAC that'll troubleshoot your air conditioner not working before it schedules an appointment for the tech.
Wow, amazing. So it doesn't really matter what business, whether they're a coach, whether they're building a women's community, whether they are starting a television show, or they have a television show and they're looking for more speakers or more people to bring onto their show. This AI technology can now be integrated into their business, and it's on a pay-as-you-go system. No contracts, no nothing. They can cancel anytime. If it's not what they thought it was, they can just.
There's not even a cancellation process. You don't use it, you don't get billed.
Wow.
We gotta do things differently. We gotta make it better for the people who are trying to use these tools. If you're not happy with it, I don't want you to keep being stuck paying for it.
Absolutely. I love that part of it. When I heard that, I said, yeah, you need to come and talk to these business leaders and entrepreneurs and let them hear what you have to offer. So thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Your story was very thought-provoking, heart-wrenching as well. What a beacon of light and hope that you have been for every single person that's here that will watch this as well on the back end of the replays on all platforms, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook as well. So thank you, and thank you again for being here. Thank you for sharing what you have created, your creation, your tool with the world, because that's exactly where it's going out. Abid, who just commented, just now, is in the UK. So that's how far you are reaching right now, just by showing up here and sharing your knowledge, your skills, your story, your journey. So thank you. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me. I was very glad to be able to share the story. And like Nick said, you just got to let your light shine.
Absolutely. And I heard, by the way, I definitely want to give you another shout out and thank you, because I heard through Araya McGarry that you were on Breakfast with Champions one morning. And you definitely.
I'm on there most mornings.
Oh, wow. Awesome. And she said that she heard you share that you would be speaking here today. And I definitely just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for shouting out. Thank you for shouting out Royal Influencers Organization. Awesome. And stick around for a second, because we're going to be playing something really quickly for you. So I'm going to take you down, and then I'm going to let Christina Baca share what the little treat that we have for everybody. Okay. All right, Christina Baca, it's on you. Go right ahead. And let me go ahead and add it to stage and see. Sorry about that, guys. I was muted. And Christina Baca, let me bring her up on stage. Okay. So I am attempting to bring it up. Oh, you know what? I think I just had it. Christina, add to stage. I just added it to stage, and I'm going to hit play right now. And let's see. Looks like it's playing. Let's just see. And we aren't seeing anything. So what you guys will have to do is let's see. Yes, you guys will have to actually watch it. And it is rolling. It is scrolling and there is nothing. So with that said, thank you guys for being here. Let me come back up at the stage. There we go. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove it from stage because it is definitely not playing right now, but I am going to take it out. Let's see here, close that. And I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Oh, now it's playing. Oh, there we go. Okay. You guys will have to actually. Okay, it's looking like it got a little stuck, Christine. I'm going to hit play again. There we go. Thank you guys for being here. There we go. Okay, so Christina, it is not playing right now. I see the play button. So I am going to say that you guys will definitely be able to watch this production on my feed because I'm definitely going to post it. Christina's going to fix it. And for whatever reason, it's actually stalling right now while we're trying to play it real time here. She just put it together, as a matter of fact. I definitely saw one inside of that she sent to me earlier while Justin and Nick was speaking. However, we definitely just want everybody to say that this is your winning season. It is winning season, everybody. And this is exactly what we do and how we win. We show up for ourselves and we don't take no for an answer. And we shine our light regardless. And when we get those no's from our prospects, from clients, from customers, we don't stop. We work around, we go under, we go over the mountain, which are the challenges, symbolic of the challenges and the adversity. When we're building our businesses, yes, we are going to have challenges, especially, well, let me just say this. If you aren't being challenged, if you aren't being faced with challenges, trouble in some of your relationships and things of that nature. You heard Jackson Crisp tell us you have to be heart-centered. You have to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. You heard Nick Loriano. And more importantly, oh my God, you heard Marcus Black. And the numbers are growing, guys. By the way, numbers are growing on YouTube right now. So if you're on YouTube watching, click the subscribe button right now while you're on YouTube watching, because I'm definitely wanting to grow my YouTube as well. And thank you for watching and listening for the entire length of the event as well. Many of you have been here from day one, like a bee to Juan from the UK. I see you. And thank you for all of the positive feedback. I get it just pouring in after every single event and every single day that we show up here for you guys. Every single month, there is another Royal Influencers Organization virtual event and experience happening. And guess what, everybody? We are going live as well. And for anybody that's here and watching, guess what? I have a brand new program, a business incubator program that I am launching in September. That feel free. And I already have a couple of people that have joined as well. So we have a few more spots left because it's going to be a very small beta group, a very small beta group of people that we will definitely have inside of this very small, intimate group of people that want to either launch, build, or scale their business. So I know who the action takers are. I know who's serious about building their business. I know who's done with toiling, who's done with showing up every day, who's done with spending so much time in your business And that is exactly why you just may very well need a coach, because if you're working in your business, you really want to start working on the business. Take yourself out of the business and work on the business, because what happens is when you're working in the business, you are essentially putting yourself in the bottle. And when you're in the bottle, you can't read the label on the outside. So that is exactly why you need a coach to read the label while you're inside of the bottle. And every single one of the greats, from Michael Jordan's to Irvin Magic Johnson's to Oprah Winfrey's, they all have coaches. And I know that this gentleman who has just joined us on stage right now, he spoke on yesterday, came and dropped major value. He is also the owner of Pick TV Network, the CEO and owner of Pick TV Network. And he has spotlight interviews and shows and things of that nature that he would love to tell you more about and offer to you as well. And you guys heard all sorts of offers from all of these phenomenal speakers today. You heard all kinds of tools using and integrating AI in your business that Justin just shared with you. Pay as you go, no contracts or anything. You don't use it, you don't pay. So there you go. That can go out and prospect for you. Go out and get the people. Answer the questions for them as well. Answer the questions that the prospects may have. And you get to actually input all of the things and details about your business into this AI technology. You heard from Araya McGarry for the women. Guys, you have someone out there that's thinking of you. If you are a woman between the ages of 39 and up, and you have thought that maybe you were too old, or maybe that it's too late, or something of that nature to go after your dreams. And remember, she won her first Emmy late in life. And she wants to make sure that you know that there are people out there that's thinking of you. There are still people out there that's wanting you to have a community where you will feel welcomed and you will feel included, and where you can just open up and share your innermost thoughts in a safe environment where you won't have to worry about being judged or anything of that nature as well. So you have Pick TV Network. If your business needs a little bit more exposure, you have Pick TV Network. I know Megan DiMartino has been reaching out to David Evans as well, but he has been traveling like crazy and all over the world with his sons. So I want them to just say hello to everybody on day 2, because he spoke on day 1. On day 2, say hello. You see him on the move still. He's in the car right now, as a matter of fact. So thank you so much, David Evans, for popping back in and saying hello as well.
Ramona, I am so happy. I'm live, folks. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, working and making some deals for the Global Media Conference 2028. Ramona, I'm just so because I can see us all coming together. All of the speakers you having for the Global Media Conference in 2025. We're coming to Washington D.C. It's already done. That's my city. In 2026, we're going to be at Nashville, Tennessee, at the Gaylord. We already locked in. 2027, we Pasadena. And guess what? I just learned why we're going to be there in 2027. They're going to have Olympics going to be there. Can you?
Oh my goodness! The Olympics are going to be there. Oh wow!
Can you imagine the superstars we're going to do with the Global Media Conference, having them support us? And then in 2028, we're coming here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Ramona, I thank you for being my business planning partner, and we're doing this a year in advance, 2 years in advance, because we're not going to just throw nothing together.
Absolutely not.
The speakers that you have, Ramona, John Lee, I can't keep thinking. I'm just thinking about him. If he just comes, there won't be no seats. And then you got Cindy Stempo.
Yes.
You're talking about 10,000, 20,000 people
easily
this event, and I'm so happy because Ramona, we see the vision.
Yes.
This global, you already have the contacts. I have the locations. This thing with all these speakers come together for 3 or 4 days.
Absolutely. It's going to be life-changing, game-changing.
It's
at the Global Media Conference. You guys hearing it right now from David Evans himself. Yep. And there you go. There's people still sitting there listening to you right now on YouTube, as a matter of fact. I see the numbers.
Every time I go places, Ramona, like I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, I'm meeting people who run the events center and run the events places.
Absolutely.
And you talk to them, make contacts. I'm excited because this is gonna be amazing because you already have the speakers. It's a win-win. The speakers, all we need is the place and the location. And all of the folks in California, we already have a place that seats 800 people. We confirmed that already. So we're excited, Ramona. I just know we have Julius Weems, former
Oh my goodness.
PayPal, and
Yes.
Cindy Stempo. Can you just tell everybody, Ramona, your relationship with Cindy? A lot of people don't understand.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Cindy Stampo. She is absolutely phenomenal. She is the only first generation, meaning that the business that she has operated on her own for over 38 years. She started at 23 years old. She is now 60 years old. And in the Boston area, she builds luxury homes in the multi-millions for celebrities and all. And only 1% of 1% of the people in the world. I want you to get that. I'm gonna run that back. Only 1% of 1% of the people in the world can afford her homes. At 10 million, 11 million, 15 million, 19 million, 20 million, because they are custom built from the ground up. Luxury. I mean, I'm talking, just go to her feed, see Sampo Development on IG. You will definitely see from the ground up all of the luxury amenities and things of that nature that she actually add, the features and amenities and things of that nature that she adds inside of these beautiful homes that she builds. She is the only female. There isn't another female that even comes close to doing what she does in the Boston area. Great friend of mine, by the way. We talk weekly, if not daily. She was definitely so busy today and lately. Even for the last event, she was going public and then she backed out and decided to not go public. And she said, I'll be ready at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Can I come at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock? And I'm like, oh my God, unfortunately, we are wrapping up by 3. So there you go.
And I'm saying for the Global Media Conference, because of your relationship with Cindy, it's going to be amazing. She's going to, you're close to her. She's just insight with her.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. Then can you tell everybody about John Lee? A lot of people
wow,
know him, and you're connecting with John Lee.
Oh, you're pulling on my heartstrings. You're going down this list of all of my favorite people, but John Lee is definitely one of them. I don't think John Lee knows all of the lives that he changed and saved throughout the pandemic. And for him showing up every single day like clockwork, sometimes he went to 3 times a day. He hit because he's in the UK and here all of us are West Coast, East Coast, and on the other side of the pond. So they say in England, because that's where he is. He jumped on Chatter last night and joined Chatter last night. And I was on stage with him last night with Nelson Apega, who has spoken in my events as well, who is the creator and founder of, he's also a real estate developer. And he also is the creator of Chatter. And if you're interested in joining Chatter, by the way, just send me a DM on the back end of IG with the word Chatter, and we'll definitely make sure that you get an invite link because it is in the public beta stages. But Chatter is a social audio app, very, very similar to a lot of others, but it's very, very different because there's a ton of features. It's only 25%. It's only at 25% capacity. Speaking of the number 20, over 20,000 people have downloaded and are on Chatter now. And that's just and John Lee is now one of them that just jumped on last night. And it was a huge town hall. And the title of the room was Welcome John Lee to Chatter. And you name it, they came. And I was one of them, of course. And I just sent out a blast and said, hey, John Lee's on Chatter, and everybody came. So I was able to go on video with him. He was on video with me and he thanked me immensely. I definitely told everybody how generous he is and still is and was always with his time. And Nelson Apega gave him his flowers. And I told him, I thank him now because he brings me on his stages now. He has a 3-day conference every single month. And he's having one on the 23rd in a couple of days. Tomorrow, I think it kicks off. And I'll be there. And he said, Ramona, you have not missed not one of my events. And you have been there, the time and hours that you put in in my room, on my club, and things of that nature. I'm in everything. I am in his coaching program. And he is my mentor as well. And everything that you guys hear me combined, of course, speaking about business and things of that nature. He took my online business. He said, you're using everything, you're implementing everything. He speaks highly of me on his platforms. And I told him live on Chatter that I am forever grateful. I am forever grateful for, I'll never forget him. I'll never forget everything that he's done. And I'm not stopping until I end up in December every year. He meets with the mastermind in Bali. And I will definitely be one of those people that are there coming up in this December. And that's where he sets his goals. That's where he gets spiritually grounded to prepare for the next upcoming year. And all of you should try to make it as well. So John Lee is a top performing, well-known guru on social media. He has over 6 million followers combined all over social media. And he knows every algorithm. He knows every platform. He knows how it works, the inner workings, he knows the creators personally. So he is doing some phenomenal things, and he has some brand new things rolling out. So if you're not following him, go over and follow John Lee as well. And there's a lot of cloned accounts, but he has over a couple of million, I think, followers on LinkedIn. I'm not on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. On IG, I know for sure. So with that said, yes, he's also another great friend and coach.
In my mind is just going on the kickoff for the 2025 Global Media Conference in Washington, D.C. We got speakers that we are soliciting. Kathy Hughes, he's already here. We have Doug Williams from the NFL. We have
wow, awesome.
Yeah, we have the
amazing
Heather from the American Airlines and Delta Airlines. I mean, the top people in Washington, D.C. We inviting the top, and then this is going to be our kickoff. Ramona, you putting this together. You are the event coordinator, and when
absolutely,
anything that happens in the nation's capital affects the world. And we already going to kick this thing off. I just think it's going to be sold out 4 months in advance, Ramona, with the top speakers coming like this.
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. It's a sold out event. And that's exactly what you do. You speak life. Yeah. So you speak life into it from the start, from the planning stages.
You have to come to Atlanta. I know 2029. We got to come to Atlanta. We got to come home. We got to come home.
Absolutely. So here you go, guys. If you guys are interested in having your own show, if you're interested in having your own show, and you want to know how to get a hold of David Evans, this is the number. Pick TV studio line 202-505-2837. And you can go to his IGs as well. And if you want to donate to Tiffany, I'm just closing right now. David Evans, you can just hang out with me on stage. I'm closing right now, and I'm just going to run through a couple of these phenomenal offers that many of these awesome speakers shared with everybody. Tiffany Jones, patchworkinc.com. Patchworkinc.com. There you have it right there. You want to donate to Patchworks because she is helping teachers over in Tanzania fund school supplies through their classroom, in their classrooms for the students. And that's the phenomenal work that she is doing. Here's shabashams.com. Go to shabashams.com. She actually shared a beautiful app that she has created with her husband. 2 different startups that they have. Go to shabashams.com, get both of those apps, and she will be back as well. And we also have Aurea McGarry. We also have Novita Spa as well. That's Megan DiMartino. She has Novita Spa Skincare, another great friend. She is in the Georgetown, Austin, Texas area as well. And what we have in the works is a live event as well. So there you have it. This is what has happened with all of the connections and the years of curating this phenomenal network. And we also have a retreat that's coming up. And here is more information on Megan DiMartino right there. propel.megandimartino.com/info. There you have it right there as well. And then we also have a major discount, 30% off of $997 for coaching with Ramona Rogers with the Royal Influencer organization right there as well. And then we also have, give me a second here, and I'm going to go back. And here we are, AureaMcGarry.com/legacy by design. So there you have it. Take screenshots, everybody, and make sure that you can go and follow everybody. Here's her other one right here is www.sociotap.com/Sharia McGarry. That's how you will get into that retreat information that's coming up on September 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I will be there. You want to meet me in person and hang out for a couple of days inside of a eight bedroom, 8-bath mansion in the hills of Tennessee. You definitely don't want to miss it. And then we also have Firebringer, I believe it is. Here we are, FireBringerAI.com. That is who you just heard from right there. If you want automation as well, and it can actually go out and help you with your prospects, answering all of your prospects' questions and things of that nature, and bring ready customers to you, for you to serve them. All you have to do is just close them as well. And then we also have heard from Nick Loriano. There you go, nickloriano.com, and with freeyourmind.com as well. Bobby Vincent came today and dropped the mic as well. And we also have Move eBikes from that was Laura Frank Bernard, moveebikes.com. I am also an advisor in Move eBikes, the franchise side as well. And here's novitaspa.com. There you go. That is Megan DiMartino. And here is Free Your Mind, freemindsthrive.com/links. That's how you get a hold of Bobby Vincent, who opened us up today as well. And there you have it, guys. We have gone through every single speaker here today on day 2 and all of the phenomenal offers that they have shared with us today. And we also had a phenomenal offer from, let me go and find it. I'm going to make sure that we get this up too, because we had Samara Beth here today, which she may still be here, but I know how busy they all are. They have been here and spent a lot of time with us today over the last couple of days, and we are forever grateful for all of the time, every single one of you, for all of the time that you have dedicated and given us as well. So with that said, I am looking for her phenomenal offer. It is just about a $2,000 offer, and she has reduced it just for the Royal Influencers family. Here you go. There you have it. pay2vacation.samarabethandco.com/checkout. Go to that website for sure, and make sure that when you go to that website, you use Royal. There it is. $49 is what you end up paying for a $1,997. If you use the code word is Royal. Have to use the code word Royal to get that get it for $49. So there you have it. Thank you, and thank you to each and every one of you that have been here since the beginning. Wow, it has been one for the books. And I definitely just wanted to personally thank you as well. David Evans, I know that you've been traveling and you're not even at home right now. And have you guys noticed that a lot of people were not in their pocket? They were not at home. They're traveling. Laura Frank Bernard came to us on location. David Evans is coming to us on location. And there were several others. I know Bobby Vincent was just coming off of a vacation with his family yesterday, and he just came off and jumped in on today. Oh, we had Shaba Shams was on location. She just traveled to Quebec and Montreal, Canada, and she still showed up for me. So there you go. While she and her husband are building 2 startups, by the way.
You'll love Ramona. You know, everybody don't have.
Oh, thank you. And I love you guys right back.
You have a special gift, Ramona. You have that gift that brings people together, you know, and everybody can't do that. You got a spirit of unity. That's why this conference, and I put it in 2025, 2026, Nashville, 2027, 2028. That's why, folks, Ramona is going to put together the greatest speakers event on planet Earth. I'm telling you, when we come together, it's going to be so much love and unity in those rooms, folks, and the speakers. Ramona, can you just imagine all the speakers together in one room like you having today, like you had yesterday, the Royal Influencers event. I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be historical. I already know it. I can feel that electricity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And not only that, let's not forget blindsideconnections.com. My sponsor, one of my sponsors, Dylan Taylor. And I just went through about 4 or 5 sponsors as well. And Dylan Taylor is definitely one of them. Actually doing it, he says that's his slogan, do it blind, because he is blind and he is doing it. He is doing it and he's making sales. And he is a phenomenal client and sponsor. So thank you to Blindside Connections for being a sponsor of Royal Influencers organization as well. Always an absolute pleasure. And there you go. Samara Beth is still here dropping major gems and value. She said Retreat Revenue Masterclass workshop starts Thursday, the 29th. There you go, everybody. Absolutely. And I see the numbers are still jumping and moving on YouTube as well. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I have just rattled through everything that everybody has shared in terms of value. Go right ahead, David.
My avatar up there, Ramona. I'm not going nowhere. I just like to show off a little bit. Look at my
avatar. You're showing off your He is absolutely loving his flyer. So he wanted to show it off a little bit, and we appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for David Evans for being here as well. And an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure. So thank you, and thank you. And thank you to every single one of these phenomenal entrepreneurs and business owners who come with serious intentions to get major value. And guess what? That is something that we promise. Our promise is just that we are going to over deliver. And one thing that you're going to get, the way that you show up is not how you're going to leave. What you come with and what you leave with are going to be 2 different things. And you are going to be expanded. You're going to be stretched. You're going to be challenged. Think back to Marcus Black. Yeah. And how he challenged every single one of you today.
And it's very important for everybody listening today and watching. Look at the repeats. I want at least 10,000 people, and I'm talking about Pick TV Network Nation and people around. Push the repeats. Send it out. Everybody can get this. I got people who I'm meeting in Charlotte, North Carolina saying, can you send me the link? Can you show me the repeats? So it's important for all of us to push that repeat. Push that repeat. Send it to everybody you know. Let's get the numbers up to the thousands and the thousands, because this is our time.
Absolutely. And that is exactly where it's going. And let me say this. John Lee has challenged us. John Lee challenged us while we were in his room, and I was one of those people. And he said, you get 500 people in the room, I'm there. He said he normally charges $200,000 to show up, and he won't charge us anything if we get 500 people in the room. So there you have it. There you have it. So thank you, and thank you so much again, David Evans, for being in the actual house, the Rio house, everybody. Thank you, and thank you again and again and again to every single one of you listeners out there. We thoroughly appreciate you. We don't take your time for granted, and we see you guys still hanging out with us on YouTube as well. Thank you to the listeners and the watchers on Facebook, the lookers and bookers on Facebook, as well as those of you who watch from LinkedIn as well. Absolute pleasure to serve you. We thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, and thank you again. So with that said, David Evans in the house, everybody. And he has, David, if you can tell us, how many of these events have you spoken at? If you're still with us.
Yeah, at least 5. At least 5 events.
Wow!
I
at least
can't wait.
5 for you. Wow!
Anytime, Ramona. I don't care where I'm at on planet Moon or the stars. When Ramona calls, I'm answering. Everybody's about to catch me. I'm in DC. You know what's going on with this.
Oh my goodness! Thank you,
the president. And matter of fact, I'm not into that. But I want everybody to know when Ramona calls, I'm there. I'm there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, because you have a gift that the world needs to who do you know, Ramona, can bring all these speakers together midday Nobody that I know can bring these many speakers together, Ramon. It's not Saturday. It's not.
Oh my goodness. No, it's not Saturday. That's for sure.
Yeah, you can bring and that's a gift, Ramon. That is a
Thank you.
gift that God has blessed you with, and
Thank you.
I just can't wait till we all get together. It's gonna be one
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what 2025 is bringing. I will be doing a live event with Megan DiMartino. I will be doing a live event with Araya McGarry. I will be doing a live event with David Evans as well. And all of it came out of just showing up. All of it came out of showing up as your true, authentic self. And you know what else? Treating people the way you want to be treated. That's something that I take great pride in. I don't take it for granted, and nor do I take it lightly. And I take my relationship serious. Relationships are worth more than money. And John Lee even says, speaking of John Lee always said, we're all just one relationship away from a life changing. And it's not who you know or who they know, it's who they know as well. So it's not who you're connected to, but who knows them. So that is the power of relationships as well. And look at this. Abida Wan is still here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Abida Wan is still here as well. And Abida Wan said, thank you very much, Ramona, for bringing all the brilliant minds together. Fantabulous. All the way from the UK. Believe it or not, David. Still here. He was here first thing this morning and yesterday as well.
Ramon,
And still here.
I would love to treat you with a dinner or something, Ramon. Put your cash app up if you can. You worked hard today, Ramona. You worked hard yesterday. So I'm going to treat you.
But the beauty of it is,
anybody want to follow, we got to treat Ramona.
Well, let me tell you something, David Evans. Where I met you in person for the first time, that restaurant that Friday night when I came into Maryland.
Yep.
That restaurant, I will go back to.
Yeah.
And I will definitely go back to that same restaurant.
I got something better than that.
I know you know all of the hot spots there in Maryland and Washington, D.C., right?
We on first class. I'm telling you, Ramona, I'm already pumped up, excited. You think the election is coming. You think the running for... Wait till Ramona comes to D.C. again. Wait till we come to Pasadena. You think they're running for something. Wait till we come.
And you know, Julius Weems, it's funny that you mentioned Julius. He got very busy. He had a client that had an emergency today. And I know how busy he is because he works with some of the top CIOs in the world from just his connections of working with Google, working with eBay. He's spoken on the platform a couple of times already. And I already see what he's doing. I know how busy he is. He's spoken on stages like at the Dallas Stadium where he spoke to 20,000 entrepreneurs. And so I know how busy and I know how many people really need him. And
Ramona, think about this. I'm getting ready to pick Steven up from the airport because he's flying to Charlotte for a big event.
And wait. Let's tell everybody who Steven is because they might have missed the last conference where you brought Steven, the producer, on, who's working with some pretty big names. He has produced for American Idol even. So you have no idea who's on stage, who's speaking, and who you listening to. And his son is a top producer that works now with Keisha Coles, who just had a concert. What city was that?
We were in Orange County, California at the State Fair with over 10,000 people. You can watch it on YouTube right now.
And he brought his son on camera when he was speaking also in the Rio.
We had the father of Eve. If we get Keisha Coles, Steve-O, the producer,
and Ron Wilsh. Ron Wilsh was here in the chat a little bit earlier, but he also spoke on yesterday, and he is the father of a celebrity, of Eve, the rapper, as well.
I'm telling you, everybody better get ready for one of the greatest events. And God got us good for surprises. When we get the speakers and then we have celebrities come in like that, we talking about people who close to Eve.
And Jackson Crisp, who's a prior NFL player, was just here today speaking and dropping major gems today. What a heart. Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be electric.
Phenomenal.
Electricity. I'm telling you, Ramona,
if we keep talking, Cindy Stumpo may be free because she said I'll be there at 4:00 if you could just wait till 4. And I'm like, I don't think everybody's gonna wait till 4:00.
Cindy is one of my favorite people, and to have her as a friend. I mean, I'm not close to her like you are. It's a blessing to have people.
Oh yeah,
like
she'll just we'll text till 2:00 in the morning some mornings. She'll just start texting at 12:00 and we hold a whole conversation. Or she calls. She'll just call out of the blue and we'll chat and just chat about things.
And she just did a house for one of the NBA all stars.
The Celtics, Al Horford. She just finished his home and he just won the championships with the Boston Celtics. Absolutely.
That is huge.
And a whole host of others. Yes.
Yeah, Ramona. I'm just so proud of you bringing the speakers together.
Oh, thank you.
In this event.
I'll definitely let Cindy know you gave her a shout out as well and how much you love her.
She's a queen, and then
she's phenomenal.
Coach Evans, my wife, who's worked.
Yes, who we're going to have at the next event because she just celebrated her mother's 90th birthday. Wow, what a celebration. Those are great genes right there.
Yeah. Ramona, I'm just like, I just see it. I can see it to the next 4 years or 5 years and what we're going to be doing.
That is my big goal that I envisioned. What you're speaking on right now was my big goal that I envisioned when I first created Rio.
Wow.
That's it. It's on paper. Wow. It's on paper, in writing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Creating a speakers bureau, highlighting speakers and connecting speakers with other major corporations. Mm-hmm. That will pay them, mind you. That will pay them to show up and speak and motivate and inspire their teams and their staff and their executive teams and staff. Absolutely. Yeah. And guess what? It is already done.
Yeah. All we're gonna do.
So you just let the cat out of the bag. They had no idea that what I've been doing is curating this group of powerhouse speakers.
Yeah.
For my speakers bureau.
Yeah. And what I love about it, Ramona, is that you already have what it takes. You already have
thank you.
You already got favor with the speakers, and then we go to these places that we're talking about 5-star. And what I love about you, Ramona,
the Gaylord, oh my goodness, when you say you've already talked to the Gaylord and secured that for, oh my goodness, that looked like a whole city and a town of its own with a river going through the entire Gaylord hotel, which looked like beyond, that looked like a 10-star resort.
Text you where I am in Charlotte.
Well, I already saw the pictures. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, how does he find all of these gems all over the world? Like, it's amazing. It's just amazing. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing it for one.
I want to share the special moments.
Absolutely.
When I go to these places and I go see conferences already going on, there's thousands of people. I met a person yesterday. He's doing something in the finance world, gave me his card, said, let's connect. When
amazing.
I meet people, I talk to the CEOs. I talk to the top.
Absolutely. Well, you already said that we're going to be meeting with the CEO, which is a female of Paramount Studios. When you were there in LA, you met her and you said that you would want me to get on a call with her, etc. So, and tell everybody how many other stars, because you have, oh my gosh, you were there with Mary, I believe, Megan Good. I mean, you have photos and videos with all of these phenomenal stars and people that you meet along the way and that you connect with and that know you and you know them as well. So while you're tooting my horn, I'm going to go ahead and pass some of that back to you as well, because you do a phenomenal job yourself.
It's nothing but love, and then when I can't say thank you enough to my people don't understand. My son has been in the presence of so many stars I can't even name. He was just with Floyd Mayweather down there at the fight the other week. He was with Will Smith. He don't treat Will Smith, 10,000 people. He's Keisha Cole's music producer. And I'm meeting these people. I'm backstage. I'm talking to them. And Ramona, it happens at the right time. If we can understand God works at right time in relationship ties into destiny.
Yes.
And all we got to do, Ramona, is the right time. It's everything, timing. And what I love about this before I close, we are planning years in advance. We just don't want to throw something together and say, let's meet on next month. We can't do it that way, Ramona. We have to plan years in advance so everything can be boom.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And Ramona knows about event planning, folks. When she was in Washington, D.C.,
absolutely,
we had an amazing time. She's working with Joel Hill, who's a good friend of mine.
Absolutely. And that's another event that I'll be speaking at in Maryland area, but in October, where I'll be certified. When I leave that event, I will be certified in AI technology.
And Joel is an investor in Calvert County. He's big with the Alzheimer's events that takes place. He set me up with the mayor to do some amazing things. Mayor James.
Absolutely.
Ramona is locked into Joel. She's locked into Julius Weems, who's my business advisor for PayPal and eBay. And then we have some secrets. We can't tell y'all everything. We have
no. We can't let everything out.
I have some secret names.
Oh, somebody wants to come in. Okay, yes, Samara. Yes, Samara, come on back. You have to come backstage. Somebody's asking to come on stage with you.
I have some secret.
Samara, click the link. Click the day 2 inside of the email. Click the day 2 speaker link and come back in.
I have some secret names like Heather, who is the vice president of Delta Airlines.
Oh, you told me about her.
I mean, some secret people. I mean, Washington, D.C., I've been there 61 years, folks.
Wow.
This is my home. So when you talk about people like Kathy,
that's a lot of time.
Yeah. And the big names, the biggest names in Washington, D.C., I've been blessed to meet.
Amazing.
The Black Chamber of Commerce, the president, we were together, had a big event. They have over 5,000 businesses, top people in Washington, D.C., who we are inviting to the Global Media Conference, planning a year in advance. And when we're talking about bringing Ramona in with her vision and you guys who are speakers, and we're moving into the next city, Charlotte, North Carolina. We're coming to you, Pasadena, California. We're coming to you around the same time the Olympics is popping off.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. That is going to be phenomenal. And Julius Weems even said, let me know when you go back to the Maryland area, because I have some people that I want you to meet that's connected to the mayor, including the mayor. And I went, wow. So there you go. You just never know.
You never know. Because relationship ties into destiny, and you guys who, if anybody's in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, we got to come here and say thank you, because
you're quite welcome, Avid. Thank you for being here. An absolute pleasure.
The love that Ramona is sharing, and I'm super blessed. Ramona, I'm gonna get out this car and show you where I'm at right now. Ramona.
Oh my goodness, he's getting ready to give us a little tour of where he's at right now. Okay,
turn this thing around for me,
I'm waiting for Samara Beth to come in. When Samara, click your link and come back in. I just sent her a message. She said bring her up with you, David. So I'm waiting for Samara Beth to click that speaker link and come back in.
Yeah.
Oh, she said okay. So as soon as she comes back in, I'll bring you up.
Yeah, Ramona, I'm gonna try to turn this thing.
Go right ahead while we wait for Samara to come back.
Yeah, so I'm going to, we got to go shopping, Ramona. This is not going to be just an indoor event. Y'all going to go shopping.
That's a must. That's a must. Get a couple of souvenirs or something, right? I absolutely love it. Absolutely.
And we want y'all and then when we come to DC, you're going to visit the monument, the Capitol. You're going to watch the museums, Martin Luther King statue. We're going to take you
absolutely.
Already got a plan.
There she is. Samara said, let me back up on stage with David.
I'm sitting here. Hi, David. It's Samara Beth, if you can hear me, David. So I know we've talked for years on Clubhouse and such, and you've been trying to get me on your show, which I know we've got to do. But the reason why I was like, Ramona, I got to get in here because I want your listeners, because Ramona and David, we've all known each other for years, right? Yes. But the thing about it is we genuinely are networkers by nature. And just like David was saying, that you bring people together, you do it in your way. I do it in my way. Araya does it in her way. David does it in his way. But what's magical is how all those, I have such a shadow with my glasses. What's magical is how all those worlds collide. Yes. So for example, before you even mentioned Floyd, so you talked about it earlier, Ramona. It's so funny, but Danny Cafal, he brought me on, Danny Champ. He brought me on to represent himself as well as Claudio, the Matrix Morero,
Yes.
and Nate, the Galaxy. You writing
Yes.
it down?
Wow. Wow.
Nate, the Galaxy Warrior
Amazing.
Campbell. So
Oh,
I'm
yes. Nate
representing
is on
3
Chatter.
boxers. Nate has been around. I mean,
Yes, he has.
he's amazing.
He is.
I think 3-time world champion. He's
Yes.
actually just told Danny, he's like, man, after talking to meet Samara, he's like, I want to go back in. So
Oh,
he's
my
straight.
goodness.
He's going back
Awesome.
in. So Danny's training with Nate. Claudio, has been fighting more recently. And Danny's amazing because he's a 10X certified business coach with me with Grant Cardone. So Danny and I were in master class together in Miami like a month or 2 ago. And we got to, you know, he's wearing a suit. I'm like, what is that?
I know, exactly.
What is that? But Danny, like he's a businessman by day, he's a boxer by night. I'm writing their combined bio right now because David, what we're doing is, you know, you don't just say to me, hey Samara, can you go get us some corporate sponsors so that we can all fight? But let's take it way further. So we are collecting corporate sponsorships for them to fight these 10 different fights, and then we have our targets for that. But we're doing an auction, and Nate's very well connected with Mike Tyson and Floyd and all of them.
Absolutely.
And so we're doing an auction with autographed pictures and boxing shorts and whatever. I'm friends with UFC fighters. Like all these people are going to be autographing stuff for this auction. And then we're throwing an event at Nate's boxing gym in Jacksonville, Florida. Cool. So that's what we're working on. So right now I'm creating the sponsorship packages. That landing page will be done today.
Awesome.
Getting the bios out there. So David, it'd be great if we could get the boy. They're doing their photo shoot. I already have the photographer ready to do their photo shoot. They're going to get that updated, and then we're ready to roll. Yeah. You know, these guys start training. They want to fight like tomorrow.
Exactly. Absolutely. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. So what you're asking, your ask for David is to bring that fundraising opportunity to his platform.
100% to David Pick.
There you go.
So, and what we're doing is we're going to get them, I'm going to get my background's PR, right? So I'm going to get them on podcasts. We're going to get them into some radio, TV show ops. Nate's also a host. He's an announcer on TV for boxing. So he's got a lot of connections.
Awesome.
You know, like everyone, the point though is it's all about those connections in our world. When you get into the world of coaching and authors and speakers, which you and I are both in, you see how small that world gets.
Absolutely.
And that's why you have to take action. You have to jump on it. I think that was what Jackson was talking about. I was listening. I was in the background.
Yes, I saw how active you were in the chat. Of course, if you're here, of course you're going to listen, and you're gonna accept, just like I do. We were trained. We were trained by the greats in the business. I've always been, and we attract like minds attract, right? So every single person that showed up are our people. They do exactly what we do as well. So you are absolutely right. So Christina, I want to give Christina the opportunity to play that beautiful video that she put together, or to see if she can. So Christina, can you add the video again, and let's give it one more try since we're still here anyway. It's a beautiful video of all of the speakers that she put together with music, and this music that she chose and used is absolutely phenomenal as well. So she just popped back in, and I'm just going to see, she's probably adding her video in, and it's probably a pretty big file, which is why it was sort of pausing and stopping a little bit. But nevertheless, I will definitely upload it. The first one she did was only a 1-day event. This one is a 2-day event, so it's double the speaker. So it's a pretty big file, I bet. But you guys will get a copy of it. I'm going to send it directly to you, so you guys can put it on your feed or use it however you choose. Absolutely use it however you choose. So with that said, I definitely will definitely connect you with David Evans. I think he did say he was picking his son up from the airport. So David Evans, are you still there? Not sure if you're available to speak, David Evans.
I'm Ramona.
Okay.
I'm trying to take you where I'm going to take you for shopping. Let me turn this thing around.
That's what he's doing. He's moving around and trying to get to where he wants to show us. So, okay, Samara Beth is here. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to the mall, Ramona. I'm trying to take you out.
Oh my! And wait, you are in Charlotte, North Carolina, and
Yeah,
you just left. You were in LA for a whole month,
yeah,
and then
whole
you were
month.
in Nashville for a few weeks. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh my
yeah.
goodness!
So
Wow.
as soon as I get my picture together, I'm gonna tell you where I'm taking y'all shopping. So let me let you know where the shopping mall is. I'm gonna try to get this done.
Okay, so can you tell Samara that you will
Oh,
actually, she can connect with you and you guys can get Nate
it's
and
all.
Danny Calafell
I'm gonna
to.
tell you what happened while I was in California 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
All these boxers downstairs, and they came in like an entourage.
I'm gonna remove myself from the stage, but I'm listening. Go right
Yeah,
ahead.
the big fight was going on, and I was like, "What in the world is going on down here at the Ritz Carlton in L.A.?" So the fight was going to take place. So I automatically went in there and started recording, meeting some people, shaking some hands. All of them was just amazing. I met so many fighters. And the next day, Floyd Mayweather came into town because that was the big fight night. My son was there sitting on the stage talking with them. And yeah, anybody you want to bring on, it's a done deal. Any friend of Ramona's is a friend of mine, you know, and I believe relationship ties in the destiny. We have to work together because at the end of the day, my win is in you. You know, when you win, I win. We all win together. And the world is so small. You'll be surprised who everybody knows. Everybody knows.
It's so true, David. You know, when I was a corporate event planner, destination manager in New York City back in the 90s and early 2000s, Coca-Cola was one of my clients, and we did their big share owners meetings, and we took over the whole city. I mean, you can imagine there's not enough big enough hotels in New York City for the amount of people that come in for that. And everybody that was participating were people that were on their commercials, that were on their bottles and cans or the boxes. And so we had like Cal Ripken, Muhammad Ali, and a lot of other people. We had John Bon Jovi perform. Like there was just a lot of all the athletes, the Olympians, and Mary Lou Retton, you know, just all the people from the different sports. And it was really neat because there were so many people involved that our team split up the different venues that we did for like the VIP events. And so one of the ones I did was at the Museum of Natural History, and Muhammad Ali was there, and Jesse Jackson ended up trying to break into the event. It was really funny because his boy Muhammad was there, and so we ultimately let him in, but like it was so heavily secured. But it was so neat to see someone like him. He's such a legend. And then years later, I was producing an event for a client in Austin, Texas, at the this one was at the JW Marriott and over at Moody City, Austin City Limits, Moody Gardens. We took over that as well. And here it is, his daughter speaking, and she was the presenter. So it's just like things just kind of come full circle. And it's all about creating those legacies. Like you talk about your son meeting all of these people. Well, my kids meet all of those, you know, celebrities and people that are impactful. Just because someone's a celebrity doesn't mean that they're necessarily impactful to our world positively. But my kids have had the opportunity to meet some incredible beings. And so did I. So did I growing up. Like I was just looking, like I have Willie Mays. I have all this autographed Willie Mays stuff. And my dad played in the Willie Mays golf tournament every year in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I grew up in Baltimore, so I'm a Maryland girl too. And Smokey Robinson was his golf partner. So we got to see the Smoke Man and go backstage and hang out with him. I mean, just the really cool things that we get to do as kids and growing up. And I just invite people to continue to show your kids, show your nieces, your nephews, your kids, provide that value, provide all the things that can be, and inspiring people in our world. It's not just about reality TV shows and TikTok. You know, I say that my kids are smarter than I am. My son started today as an astronomy major. And my daughter's in high school and she's in all honors classes. I mean, my kids are really smart. They're science smart, math smart. They're everything smart, way smarter than I ever was. but I got the street smarts and I can produce events like nobody's business. And I see every detail and I love networking and meeting people. So we got to take our skill set and we have to get out there and meet as many people as possible. So I'm glad, David, that we're going to get to work together. I don't know if we lost you because I knew that you were going to the airport to pick up, I think, your producer. And Ramona has done such an exceptional job with the last 2 days. And Christina is just a gem that, you know, has the opportunity to work with Ramona at such a young age. So I think you guys are all just absolutely incredible. And I'm so glad that you're part of my tribe. I'm like, Ramona, you
absolutely. I am back. I am back. I was working on coming back. So yes, absolutely. I absolutely love that. And I am so glad to hear that your kids are doing so well, for one. Two, speaks volumes to you as the mother that you are. And I know how hard it has been in the past, going through divorce and things of that nature. I'm with you on that. We definitely are on the same page. And to still come out on the other side, winning and thriving, is a testament to every single woman out there. So when you're looking at us, you're looking at yourselves.
It's true. And I just want to also add the letting go part. Like, we have to let go of certain things. You know, I was the one who was handling everything of my children's their whole lives until they were between two homes. And so now it's like, okay, well, his dad is taking him to college today and he's transferring as a junior. He was in community college, but now he's transferring. And I had to let go of the fact that I won't be there to take my son to school, but I know that I can drive up there and spend a weekend with him or whatever. You just, sometimes you just have to let go with certain little things, even if they're not little, they're big.
This is so true. You're right. You're absolutely right. So thank you so much, Samara. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for coming back up as well.
Wardrobe change.
I know. Exactly. Thank you.
My awards, my world.
I love that. I absolutely love that. What a great setup. So thank you, and thank you again for always saying yes. I thoroughly appreciate you. So with that said, everybody, that ends the Royal Influencers Organization Business Incubator 2-day for the books virtual experience. So I want to definitely thank every single one of the speakers for taking time out of their busy day. Time is that precious commodity. You guys heard it already, but I'm going to say it again. Time is that precious commodity that you will never get more of. And I know for a fact that you heard it from Jackson Crisp, who said, you will attract what you are. So you always want to remain heart-centered and be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes so that you can connect and relate with them at their level. So thank you, and thank you to every single one of you. And until the next time, because there is another one, there will be a next coming up in September as well. And you definitely want to go to royalinfluencersorganization.com as well, and definitely join us, subscribe for free, and join us so that you can get in our email list and you will know about you'll be the first to know, that is, about all of these phenomenal events that we're talking about, and 50% off of coaching right now. And the Business Incubator will be launching in September. So if you have attended and you mention, DM the word Royal, DM me on IG or Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, the word Royal, I will honor 50% off of my coaching and the Business Incubator. So with that said, a few people are in it already, and it'll be a small beta group. And we will help you do a variety of things, like create a business plan, like create a landing page, show you and done with you how to create a website and a funnel. And along with all of that, how to prospect and what are the intricate details of all 3 levels of business. The launching phase, if you've always wanted to launch a business, then here you have an opportunity to be a part of a business incubator. You actually heard Tiffany Jones, who said that because she was in a business incubator, they actually set goals. That's something else you're going to do in a different strategy with a different strategy that you've never done before. You're going to set goals, and not only set goals, but you're going to take actionable steps over the course of 6 months. And not only set these goals, but go get these goals and see them come to fruition and move that needle a lot closer to the goals. So, or to the destination of where you are actually wanting to be. So with that said, I cannot thank every single one of you enough for being here. And with that, I am going to end this live stream right now by counting backwards from 5 to 0 and let everybody know. I see you guys still watching on YouTube. I see the number still there on YouTube as well as Facebook. So I'm going to count down backwards from 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys. And have a great, what is it, Labor Day that's coming up in about a week or so. And definitely have a great weekend. See you guys soon. Bye-bye, guys.